Somewhere far away, I want you back.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Alpha Day Trading. If this is your first time inside the Alpha Day Trading community, please take a moment to actually leave us a message inside the chat. Myself, other mentors, leaders, and other members inside the community would actually like to take a second to welcome you to the team. Yes, this is a pre-recorded video, so no, I do not wear the same polo every single day. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. You'll never know. And again, I just wanted to take a moment to welcome you to the team if you are new. And if you ever have any questions, comments, or concerns, please don't hesitate to let us know. That's what we're here for. Now, if you guys ever notice any issues whatsoever with the community, simply refresh your browser and that will fix almost every issue. If you notice any issues with the stream quality, scroll down to the lower right-hand side of the stream, click the settings icon and actually set it from auto to 720 or to 1080p, and that will permanently set your quality so you'll never have any issues with the live stream. Now, if you still have any issues and you've refreshed your browser and you've already changed the quality, scroll down to the bottom of the chat room page, click one-on-one support, and actually send us a ticket, and we will be able to reach out to you immediately to get everything fixed. It is our main priority to make sure you guys always have the best experience while you guys are inside the chat. So once again, my name is Josh Howerton. Welcome back to Alpha Day Trading, and if you're brand new, welcome. Day one, baby. Welcome to the Alpha Day Trading community. We're so happy to have you a part of the team. We cannot wait to work with you. And if you ever need anything whatsoever, never hesitate to reach out. We are always here to help. Let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and dive on into it. Good morning, traders. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Happy Tuesday. I'm sure you guys are like, whoa, dude, whoa, you were like right out of it yesterday, man. You were sick, feeling like crap, and now you're 100%, baby. I'm 120%. I loaded up on some Tylenol, some Dayquil, medicated myself up. It was a little 24-hour bug, you know, for sure. So definitely everybody's getting it down here. If you guys live in Florida, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Everybody's getting this little 24-hour bug, feeling like crap. And I tell you what, yesterday was absolutely just brutal. I mean, my whole body hurting. You know, you don't want to hear the details, but I was in the bathroom probably like 10 times yesterday before noon, and we jumped out of here at 11 o'clock. So literally, I was in the bathroom every freaking 5 minutes for like that first hour until I fell asleep until 6 o'clock on the couch. So anyway, I'm hyped up. I'm ready to go. I am excited to see what we have in store today, and always to work with the best trading chat room in the world, the Alpha Day Trading community, guys. You are what makes Alpha Day Trading the best. I love you all. I appreciate you all, and you guys are just absolutely awesome. So once again, guys, good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is May 18th, and it's just about 9 o'clock in the market, and we're going to go ahead and dive into what we have. I got quite a few stocks that I want to run by, really just dive into what we do every single morning, right? Doing our due diligence, figuring out why the stock's moving up, being mindful of all the criteria, right? Volume, flow, diving into our technicals and really just getting prepared. So if we find an opportunity, or if that opportunity comes to us, we are ready to go and we are able to make some money in the market. As you guys can see, lower right-hand side of your screen, I'm currently up a small $195.13 on ONTX, 1-for-1 on the day. Not a bad way to start this beautiful Tuesday. And right now, guys, only one trade in pre-market because there's just not a lot happening, right? I mean, again, we've been noticing this the last week and a half. A lot of scattered volume at the start, right? And then we really just sitting back that first 5 to 10 minutes and looking to see where volume goes. Where do traders go? And that's kind of been the consistency, you know, for the past week and a half. We haven't really had one stock that's like, yo, my goodness, ONTX today, baby. This is our number one play. We have yet to really see traders land on one stock and that be our massive top gainer of the day. So again, sitting back on those hands, first 5 minutes of the day, really waiting to see where the best opportunity is so we can really just dive into it and make some quick, easy profits in the market, guys. So once again, good morning, everybody on YouTube. Good morning, everybody inside the chat. Let's not waste any time and let's go ahead and dive on in to it. So what do we got going on? Let's go ahead and talk about it. So right now, guys, you should have received a few emails from me over the weekend. We migrated our email services to a different provider. And during that migration, we had lost a lot of your guys' subscriptions. Whether you guys were signing up to our free morning stock newsletter, you guys were wanting those 5 free trading lessons, anything else that we have, we lost all of that in the process. So what I would ask you guys to do is stay alert for a few other emails that I'll be sending out to have you guys resubscribe to the value list that you originally subscribed to, or go ahead and jump over to alphadaytrading.com. All right, it's pretty easy. I'll show you guys the easiest way to do it. So just dive over to alphadaytrading.com, scroll on down. If you keep scrolling on down all the way to the bottom, right, you'll see follow and subscribe. If you go ahead and click this, it's actually going to pull you up here. And you're going to see quick, easy links to everything. So again, if you were signing up to that Ultimate Options course, go ahead and resubscribe. Click it. Go ahead and just resubscribe with the same name and email. And basically what that's going to do, it's going to re-tag you in the system and go ahead and send you out everything that you're subscribing to. Again, the morning stock newsletter, 5 free lessons, whatever the case is, make sure you guys are diving into that and getting added to the list, number 1, or just be alert and wait for those emails to come on through, guys. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into that morning stock newsletter, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and again, happy Tuesday. It is May 18th. Good morning, traders, and happy Tuesday. I'm excited to kick off a brand new day of trading. Last week was a break-even week for me. As you guys know, I was doing pretty well Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then increasing that size Thursday and Friday and having a couple red days. Thursday was a negative, what was it? It's negative $600-700 day, and then I was down about $1,000, $1,200 again on Friday, basically eating up those profits from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Again, I was just increasing that size as we were seeing some decent hype over lunch, and I really wanted to capitalize on those big-time moves and make some big-time profits. And again, I was, just getting chopped out quite a bit Thursday and Friday. So again, break-even week, but still, I was able to still lock in, over $4,000 even with those 2 red days. Yesterday, I was able to lock in a quick $642 before I spent the rest of my day in the bathroom feeling like crap, which has taken me up close to $4,800 on the month. And guys, that's not bad. We're only, it's the 18th day. What are we in? We're 10, 11. This is our 12th trading day. And so far, almost up $5,000 on the month. And we still have quite a bit of time to go, right? We got 4 days this week. We have 5 days next week. So we still have 9 trading days for me to keep grinding these base hits in this really choppy market and hit my monthly goal. So again, guys, I'm optimistic. I'm excited. And I'm definitely, hyped up to hit that goal and exceed that goal with you guys as well. So I hope to see the market heat back up. I really do. The market's been kind of iffy, 50-50, very choppy. Volume's been very scattered. So really looking to see if we can get this market to heat back up over the next couple of weeks so we can see some big time profits and absolutely crush that monthly goal. Like always, I am so excited to work with each and every one of you every single day. The live stream starts at 7 o'clock a.m. Live commentary begins every morning at 9 a.m. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to hit me up in chat or send me a message, josh@alphadaytrading.com, if you have any questions. I look forward to working with you, seeing you guys in chat if you're not, and seeing you guys profit. And if you do not know, our chat room is finally complete after 6 long months of development. After a couple of weeks of debugging, we have officially got our desktop chat room up 100%. And our mobile chat room as well, which is pretty awesome. The only community out there, not going to say the only, but one of the only communities out there not using a free Discord server, actually spending the time and the money to make sure that they're giving their members the best experience possible. And again, I don't know anybody else that's spending that kind of time or that kind of money to develop a custom tailored trading chat room, right? It is going to be, and right now I'm very optimistic, the best trading chat room in the world, guys. So again, if you are not inside a chat yet, feel free to check us out and see all of the amazing features that our members get for being an Alpha Team member. And again, yesterday's profit, $642. Nothing crazy, but green is green. So let's go ahead and dive on into our stocks with news. So number 1, what do we got going on? We have MITO. What's up with MITO? Stealth Biotherapeutics announces additional development financing to advance clinical trials. Now, do we have anything in this press release, guys, that really stands on out, right? Let's see. We got our cheat sheet. Hot keywords to look for in press releases. So they announced additional development financing to advance clinical trials. So do we have, positive phase 1 trials? No. Positive phase 3 meet and primary endpoints, definitive agreements? Not really. The only thing that we have is MITO, with an announcement, with, developing financing for additional clinical trials. So again, we don't have anything super hot, super crazy right here on MITO. Let's go ahead and look at the chart. Again, we do have a catalyst, right? We do have news. But is it like super hot news? Like, is it wild news? Not really. Let's go ahead and look at MITO and see what's going on and see what we have. So again, this stock came out with some news. It looks like it was last night. So we actually have some news last night that MITO secures $30 million in added payments after positive trial data. So here we go. This is actually what got this stock moving from yesterday's close at 119, getting it up towards around that 140. So again, we have some news last night, securing $30 million in added payments after positive trial data. Then added into this press release this morning, right? We actually have a duplicate, them reissuing that press release. The stock surges on $30 million funding to advance their development. So again, that's why we really have to dive in to the stock, okay? If we just looked at this morning's press release, we would be like, it's not that hot, right? It's really not all that hot. But then we dive into yesterday's press release and we can see that now we have some keywords, positive trial data, and now we're adding $30 million in payment. So now that's making me feel like, hey, MITO has a little bit better of a press release than what we were just looking at from this morning. Again, just announcing development of financing to advance their clinical trials. So now we have a dollar amount, $30 million, and we had positive trial data on MITO, and that was the press release from yesterday. So again, that's what got this play moving, right? We had some news. Now we have earnings, right? Lost 1 cent a share. So this stock moving on up, some profit taking, and then we have some earnings hit. And those earnings hit right at 7:30, and we haven't really been doing too much since. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into MITO and see what we have as far as our levels. Again, MITO right now is number 5 on the leaderboard. MITO is about, 25% gapping up, trading 5.2 million shares, and our float is 18 million. So again, we have a low float stock trading good volume in comparison to its average daily volume, currently up still 25%, which is not bad off yesterday's close. So we're still gapping up pretty well. Let's go ahead and dive into that daily chart, guys, and start marking up those levels and see, where could this go? Go ahead and blow up the daily chart. And let's mark up those levels. Again, we want to find levels that have been honored multiple times in the past. So the first level I see, again, when I'm looking at the daily chart, I'm looking at extremes. Spiking highs, spiking lows. I'm looking at the wicks and the tails of the candles, and I'm looking for an area that's been tagged at least 2 to 3 times. So again, I'm looking at this candle here, and then I'm just looking left. And we can see right along that 239 area was a pretty key area, right? Resistance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So is it safe to say if MITO ever comes up to 240, we would expect to see traders take profit? Yeah, of course they would, right? We have a key level of resistance that we validated 7 times in the past. So 239, key level of resistance here on MITO. Doing the same thing, looking at some levels and then looking left, trying to find at least 2 to 3 different times the stock has tagged a certain area. So I'm going to come underneath these lows here, right around 128, right? Really grinded this level from, September until about December. So a few months, really grinding that 128 level. So that's going to be a pretty good level of support. Do we have any other levels that we see? Well, I see right here, right around 156, right? A lot of support, a lot of resistance. And then I'm just looking at some of these levels and I'm just working my way up, right? Resistance, support, resistance, resistance, and then looking up towards around this level here. So those are the levels I'm drawing up. And let's go ahead and fine tune them and see if they actually make sense here intraday. So we can actually take that 156, we'll draw it up to about 164. That makes more sense. We bounced here, 164, lost that level, came up resistance. So 164 is a little bit better. We do know based on the daily chart, 125 to 128 is a pretty good level. Let's go ahead and run some support right underneath this 148, right? We can see we're bouncing around. So we have some light support at 148, overhead resistance of 164, room to 180, and then we're going to move that level down from $2 right around that 195. So again, light support right now, right around that 148. If we cannot hold above 148, best support's back down towards around 125. Right now, overhead resistance on MITO is going to be 164. Anything over 164, you have room to 180. Anything over 180, you have room to 194, $2. And then anything over that level, room all the way back up to those spiking highs of $2.39. MIT to the O. So that's what we got going on there. Next, ULBI. All right, so here we go. They were awarded a contract under the U.S. Army's $1.25 billion conformal wearable battery program. So again, we have an award under the Army's contract. Again, $1.25 billion award for ULBI. So that's a pretty damn good press release there over on ULBI. Now, what do we have going on here on ULBI? Is there anything really happening? So again, that press release drops last night. This stock gets some hype. Boom, from around $8.51, hitting those post-market highs up towards around $12.20. So right there, we can see that's a good level to throw up as resistance here intraday. Now, let's do the same thing. Let's go ahead and dive into that daily chart. Start marking up our levels. Oh, coincidence. Is that a coincidence that our high last night was off of those all-time highs? No, it's not a coincidence, guys. That's why we do this every single day without fail. Let's keep looking, right? Do we have any other levels that really stand out to us? Well, I'm seeing right there around 1092 off the daily chart. Right around 941, right? A lot of resistance, support, and then coming back down into this level of $8. So some quick levels here over on ULBI. And we can see here that those first two levels that we marked up were, honored, right? We actually broke out and hit those highs of 1192, right up towards those all-time highs of 1197, pulled back and bounced off 1092, those highs from April. So right now, since we're back above that 1092, that's the level that we really want to see this hold above, all right? If we can't, we'll probably come back down towards around those lows, down in the low 10s. And if we ever crack $10, our next target to the downside would be back down towards around that 940 level. All right, so again, we got 940 support, $10 support right now. Since we're back above 1092, we would like to see that level hold on up as support. And we do have room back up to those all-time highs right around $12. Now let's go ahead and see, were these really all-time highs on ULBI? All right, so let's go ahead and open this up. Let's go max available, and let's just go back in the past as far as we can and see if those were all-time highs or just 52-week highs. So those were just 52-week highs, all right? So go ahead, do the same thing. Looking left. I see a lot of decent resistance around 1355, right? 1355. We break over that level. We have room to 15, and we do have a little bit of this gap to fill. It's kind of hard to see. We have a little bit of this gap to fill all the way up towards around $16 here on ULBI. So we've just established our overhead resistance levels. All right, so again, if we ever break out over those 52-week highs, where's the next target for ULBI? Well, again, looking at the daily chart, up towards around $13.55. Anything over $13.55, room to 15. Anything over 15, room to 16. Now, if this really starts ripping and running, what we'll do is we'll dive back into the daily chart and we'll remark up those levels, right? But right now, I think we have some pretty key levels here, all the way up towards around $16. Again, right now, we want to see $11 hold up as support. If we can't, we'll probably see this back down towards around the low $10 area and possibly see a bounce off that level today if ULBI actually gets some action. All right, guys, so that's what we got going on with ULBI. Moving on, what else? We got Macy's. Macy's reporting first quarter 2021 results. Now, what's up with Macy's? Now, Macy's looking pretty good. I mean, it didn't get, crazy action, but again, it got a nice little pop, right? We closed yesterday down towards around $9.16, and we were able to squeeze all the way up towards around $20.57 here in pre-market. So again, that's about a $1.40, $1.30 move. Again, nothing crazy, but $1 for Macy's is not bad when it rarely trades $1 on average, right? We can see here on average, it's trading about 50 cents. Now, there are some big days where the stock will actually trade about $1, but on average, we can see here that, it normally trades, again, maybe like 50 cents, 75 cents. So that was a pretty decent push here on earnings here on Macy's. So what do we want to see on Macy's? Ideally, we want to see it hold above yesterday's resistance, right? We banged off that 19.25 once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So right now, why are we bouncing down towards around $19.25? Well, that was yesterday's resistance. Old resistance is new support. So that's what we have going on with Macy's. If we stay above $19.25, we have a lot of great potential to get back up towards around $20. Now, probably asking, well, Josh, what if it ever breaks over that $20.50? How high can we go here on Macy's today? Well, we can definitely get up towards around 21 and then all the way up towards around 22. So right now, key support on Macy's for the long side. I want to see this hold above 19.25. We can hold above 19.25 and start building up. We definitely have room to possibly get the 22. Maybe not today, but maybe over the next couple days if Macy's really brings some volume, some action and activity into this play. Now, if we ever lose 19.25, how low can we go? Well, I'm seeing back down towards around that 18.28 level. All right, so that was Friday's resistance, post-market resistance. Down towards around the 18.28 level. So again, that's what I'm kind of looking at here on Macy's. If we stay above 19.25, we have any opportunity and this really starts building itself up, we do have room to get back up first target towards around $20.50. Over that level, up towards around 21 and then 22. If we ever lose 19.25, we do have room to the downside, again, towards that 18.28 level. Again, over on Macy's, up on earnings. And then we have the SPY. I did alert this here in chat for you guys. Also on our morning stock newsletter. So again, that's just a little market briefing there over on the SPY. But I'm actually looking at the SPY. All right, so SPY on high watch here today. In my opinion, today is the make or break on whether the SPY keeps grinding back to all-time highs or if it gets its next leg down to that 398 level. If the SPY regains 418 support, we should see this slowly grind back up to those all-time highs. However, if we lose 414 support, we have room back down to 412, 408, and then $400. SPY is something that we've been talking about for quite some time. Throw this on a 30-minute chart, go back and look at that head and shoulders pattern that we actually were looking at last week on Monday, right? This is something that we were talking about in our pre-market session. I was like, guys, you got to keep, SPY on watch, right? We're really bearish. Looking at the daily chart, how the SPY is grinding. A lot of bearish divergence, a lot of nasty volume. The only volume that we really had pop on through was a lot of heavy selling. Again, just overall, we were starting to see a lot of weakness on the SPY. The fact that we're grinding higher, a lot of bearish divergence, a lot of really weak buying volume, and this is still grinding on up. I'm like, guys, we're due for a pullback, but when? And then last Monday, we noticed a little bit of this head and shoulders formation. It's kind of hard to see, but we do have this head and shoulders. We crack the neckline. We come back up and retest the neckline as resistance, and then boom. That's where it gets exciting. That's when we really started to see the start really pulling on back. And so again, where did we pull back to? I think we hit lows of 402.70 in pre-market on Thursday, and slow and steadily been grinding back up. So again, could this be a V shape? Could we see it dump, right? Like it did. It sold off pretty aggressively, 20 points in a few days. Could we see it shoot right back up into new all-time highs? Absolutely. But again, we have a pretty key level of resistance right around that 418. And what we can see here is if we do not regain 418, we could see one big double top, and we could see the next leg down. And when we're looking at the daily chart, we do have room all the way down into that 398 level, right? That prior level before we broke out over $400 here on the SPY. So again, nice 20-point sell-off, rebounding a little bit. starting to see a little bit of weakness here right off that 418, and that's that key level. As long as we stay below 418, we have room to the downside. If we break and hold above 418, then we could definitely see this grind all the way back up to those all-time highs on the SPY. So that 418 level is a key level. Now, if we ever crack below our support level of 414, we could see it down towards around 408, then down towards around 402, then down towards around that 398. And I'm definitely looking at the SPY. I'm keeping this one on high watch today for some possible calls. If we break over that level and grind back up, maybe, 2-week expiration calls. If we really start seeing some weakness here, maybe be looking for some 2-week puts for that next leg down. And I know this is never guaranteed. This is nothing that is solidified, but you are able to go ahead and take this range from high to low and connect it right off that high to low, and that'll give you an idea of where the next leg down could put you. And if we do that here on the SPY, the next leg down puts us somewhere around that 397 level, very, very close to that 398. So if we are bearish and we are looking weak, that would make sense. The next leg down, getting us down and toward, around that 398 level here on the SPY. So I'm definitely keeping this one on high watch. This is something that I'll definitely be alerting you guys here in chat as well if I'm making these entries, the reasonings for the entries, stop losses, targets, how I'm going to scale out of this trade as well. So again, just stay tuned. If I am taking some options here on the SPY, I will definitely be letting you guys know. And I do think today is going to be that make or break day, depending on those key levels of support and resistance. So again, my watch list today, probably something I'm focusing on 60 to 70% of the day, is going to be the SPY. Okay, guys, moving on. What else do we got? What else do we have? We have TBLT, right? So what's going on with TBLT? Let's go ahead and get this back over to a 5-minute chart. We can see this stock started moving up yesterday in post-market. So we have TBLT reports Q1 results. Actually, it was a loss of about 9 cents per share. So again, TBLT shares are trading higher after the company reported Q1 EPS and sales results were up year over year. So yes, they were a loss at about 9 cents a share, but sales results were up year over year. So that's why we're seeing TBLT get some nice action this morning here in pre-market. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't it TBLT with the price increase? No. It wasn't the price target increase. So that's something else. We'll check that out here in a second. That was actually ONTX. All right. So ONTX was actually the buy rating and an announcement of a price target of $4. So again, TBLT currently up on Q1 results. All right. TBLT has support down towards around those post-market highs. So right around that 75 to 76 cent mark. So right now, that's our level of support here on TBLT, right down towards around that 76 cent mark. How high could this go? Right now, simply looking at the daily chart, we could see this up towards around 90 cents. Again, 200-day moving average, 50-day moving average. That's going to be a very, very key level of resistance. Now, if we ever break over that and we really get some hype and some action on TBLT, we could definitely see it up towards around $1. So again, 95 cent support, TBLT, room to 90 cents first. Over 90 cents, room to $1. Moving on, ONTX. ONTX is a large float stock. This is a 200 million in float stock, currently trading 9 million shares. But look at that average daily volume. This, on average, trades about 30 million shares per day. And again, the press release wasn't super hot, right? Again, all we do have is they start a buy rating with a $4 price target. So they initiate coverage on ONTX with a buy rating and a price target of $4. So does that mean we're going to see ONTX hit $4 today? No. Come on, guys. No. Over the long term, could we see it up towards around that level? Yeah. We have an institution, a hedge fund, an analyst, initiating coverage on ONTX with a buy target or with a buy $4 price target. So overall, could we see this slowly grind to the upside over the next few months and slowly get back up towards around that $4 area? Absolutely. But we're looking at this today for a day trade, right? Do we have any opportunity to actually day trade this? Well, first level that we have to get above if we want to see this move higher, is going to be 83 cents. We have to break and hold over 83 cents. All right, a lot of key resistance and support on the daily, 50-day moving average as well. Anything over 83 to 84 cents, we have room to 90, and then we have room to $1 on ONTX. All right, now support, if you're asking where support, Josh, how low can this go? Well, honestly, it could come all the way back down towards around 65 cents, and that's a pretty big sell-off, right? If we were to sell off and pull all the way back towards around 65 cents, that's about a 20% move to the downside, all right? So again, support is pretty far away. So if we start breaking out over that 82 to 83 cent level and we're holding above, that's when we can get interested and see if we can have this move on up towards around 90 cents and then all the way up towards around $1. Good morning, everybody in chat. EVFM is selling off very, very hard from around $1.28 yesterday was the close. Right now, trading around 81 cents. Why are we even looking at EVFM? Well, we know what's called a dead cat bounce, right? Does that have to bounce today? No. But I do want to keep EVFM on watch to see if we ever start bouncing back up, as these dead cat bounce plays sometimes lead to really nice spikes and really nice runs. So again, where could we see EVFM go if we ever get a little bit of a dead cat bounce? Well, we could definitely see this close to $1, right? We could definitely see this back up towards around 98 cents to $1 here on EVFM. So again, this is a back burner play today, tomorrow, Friday, seeing exactly if this ever starts to bounce as we are selling off very aggressively. Again, how much of a sell-off is this? It's not popping up on our down gappers, but again, from 128 down towards around 80 cents, guys. That's a pretty nasty sell-off, getting hit about 40% to the downside. So again, I do want to keep EVFM on watch just in case we ever start seeing a little bit of a bounce here. All right? So again, that's what we have going on. We talked about ULBI, government contract, right? I really like that. MACY's up on decent earnings. I like MACY's that were over that 1925, so we'll definitely be keeping MACY's on high watch today as well. ONTX moving up off earnings last night, and then a analyst steps up, initiating coverage on ONTX with a $4 price target. Then we have TBLT with earnings last night as well. So again, company reported Q1 EPS and sales results were up year over year. So right now we have that 75-cent support, room all the way to 90 cents there on TBLT. MITO, once again, earnings, all right? 148 light support. Best support back down towards around 128. We ever break above 164, we have room to 180 and then room to 194 there on MITO. So again, what are we noticing, guys? Scattered volume, scattered volume, scattered volume. So am I going to jump into a play right off the bat? Nope, especially not to the long side. The only thing that I may be interested in jumping on into right out of the gate is ULBI for a quick panic pop. Now, again, if you guys do not know what a panic pop is, then we'll explain that today in chat and we'll do a little bit of a lesson. All right, so we have, panic pops and we also have panic drops, right? So again, those are quick, easy ways to get in a play. Very, very risky. But again, when you have something like this, sometimes you get the open pop right on up, a quick little panic pop. You can take it short. And again, we'll do a lesson on that today. So right now, the only play that I would be interested in right out of the gate would be ULBI if we squeeze right on up into that $12 level, a quick pop, and then we want to see it drop. So again, we want to have it, happen very, very quickly. I would need to be nailing an entry right around 12 for that very quick drop on back down. So right now, if I can get an entry around that 1192, I would. But see, this is what we're talking about. Quick pop, hit 1177, quick drop. Again, I wanted that around 1192. I did not get an entry. So again, but that's what we're talking about, those panic pops, popping on up, and then sellers moving on in and dumping it on back down. So right now, again, I was looking at UBLI for that short, nothing there. Again, we're going to be keeping AMC on watch as well today. AMC's been grinding higher and higher and higher over the last couple days. So we'll definitely be keeping AMC on watch if it ever gets some more hype to it. And right now,